Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is export our song and then upload it to some online websites where we can share our music. So first of all is exporting our song. So make sure that if you've got any tracks that are soloed, make sure they're not. Just zoom out and have a look at the whole piece. Have a look and make sure that you're not highlighting, say, this section here, or if you're soloing one track, because what will actually happen is when you go to master, it'll just play that one track. Or if you're say highlighting the whole piece for some reason to here, it means that it will only record this part of the song. So what we want to do is we want to highlight everything, but maybe just give ourselves a little bit of time at the end of the song. So maybe let's just say, what is that? That gives us 2 bars at the end where they'll just be silent. So rather than immediately having the file finish, we give ourselves just that little end bit. If you want, you can do the same thing at the start just by dragging the whole lot over and then highlighting the whole lot with this bit at the start. But I don't know. I think I might just Control Z that, because I think I want to get into the song pretty much straight away, rather than have people wait around to listen to my music. I want them to get into it straight away. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go File and then Export Video. So lots and lots and lots of settings to have a look at. So it's telling us it's going to start at bar 1 and then finish at bar 30. So that looks pretty good. We've got a nice little end bit for our song, so it's the track isn't going to end too quickly and then go into another one. It's good to have a little bit of silence at the end. And we're creating a wave file, which is good. If you're working in Ableton 10, I think you can just go straight to MP3, which is fantastic. It does save a step later on. If you're using Ableton 9 like me, then just create a wave file. Sample rate 44/100, that's good. Bit depth 16. That's all looking pretty good. Just make sure that this is put to a master, so it means that after I click export, then whatever this is set to, it'll just record that track. So if I just wanted to say create an exported file of, say, the drum rack, then I could click drum rack and it would just record the drum rack. But I want to do it to the master so that I take advantage of all these mastering audio effects that we've just put on. And that's looking pretty good, so I can go export. And I'll just save it to the desktop. Make sure you don't have too much running in the background with your computer as you're doing this, because that can sometimes upset things. I mean, if it was up to me, I certainly would have closed Chrome, closed Word, and any other things I had running in the background, because you really do want 100% of your computer available to work on that, just so there aren't any little tiny glitches or something. So that's pretty good. We want to save. We're going to save our live set. Make sure that that's all good. Actually want to go collect and save all, and what that does is it saves not only your arrangement in Ableton, but it also saves your factory packs, your things from your library that you've used, samples. So if you go to someone else's computer, they're not going to have the same samples as you, but you can just save your whole project, put it on a USB and put it into someone else's computer, and then open it up and you'll be able to play it, provided that of course they have all the same plugins as you. So yeah, make sure you get into the habit of collect and save all, which is handy. And we're just going to close Ableton now. And then here we've got our tutorial.wave. So what we're going to do now is we're going to upload it to SoundCloud. So if you just create an account, it's fairly easy to do. I don't really think that you need to pay for it, because it gives you a lot of time. It's pretty generous with their free version to upload. So we're going to go upload, and then we're just going to drag and drop our wave file. right here. So it's just going to upload there. You can do, you know, genre, tags, all that kind of stuff. You can choose to just have it private if you don't want anyone else looking at it. So if you just want this as a backup to keep all your music, but you don't want to have it public at this stage, then that's okay. Now, look, to be honest, we don't really have a genre of this piece. It's kind of just you know, learn how to produce music. But it looks like our track is ready to save and ready to post. So you just go click save there. It says it's uploaded, so let's go to your track. So this is our track, and you can see it's up here. And that's our track. It's now on SoundCloud. Just to show you, just because we're here. Yeah, I use SoundCloud quite a bit, and it's good to have your you know, bits of music up there, because I mean, it's good to see your progress over the years. I mean, you know, this, like, I've been uploading it here for years and years, and it's kind of nice just to come back every now and again and be like, oh wow, gee, I was, you know, sounding like this 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and to see how much you've you know, you've improved. Like, you can probably hear a difference, you know, when I first started producing here. Which sounds, I don't know, pretty kind of average. I was finding some interesting sounds, and then developing understanding of reverb and things a little better, and then you know, understanding quite a few things a bit better. And then the last song that I wrote, which is pretty recently actually, so you can obviously hear a pretty huge difference. So that's kind of why I like uploading, you know, my stuff to SoundCloud. It keeps it in the one spot, so you can't lose it. Lets you share your music, which is kind of nice if you want to. But it's kind of pretty motivating to see how far you've come. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. But if you enjoy it, then it's not really work. Like all things. So the next thing we're going to do is upload it to YouTube, because people seem to like doing that. But YouTube only allows videos to be uploaded. So what we're going to do is go MP3 to video for YouTube, and you can use this online converter. You have to pick an MP3. So we're just quickly going to go MP3, wave to MP3. Convert a wave to MP3. Use one of these online converters. Let's open our, where are we, on the desktop, open our tutorial, and it's going to upload the WAV file to this website, and then it's going to allow us to download it as an MP3, which will then mean that we can upload it to YouTube. So here's our MP3. Yeah, I'll just call it that. And then there's our MP3 there. So let's go back to our mp3 toolbox.net, pick an MP3, and it looks like, why isn't it showing up? Because I didn't save it to the desktop, so let's just put it on the desktop. Tutorial, okay, alright, let's try again. Pick an MP3, there it is. Okay, open. Alright. Now you can pick a picture if you want. I'm not going to. Actually, do I have to? Yeah, it looks like I have to. Alright, well, picture, any picture. let's just go to saved pictures. I'll just do one of the desktop that I've got at the moment. That'll do. Although of course you wouldn't do this because I'm pretty sure it's breach of copyright, but I mean I'm going to be deleting this straight away anyway, so then you go convert to MP3. You just need to pick your file format. So let's just go, yeah, MP4, which is the most common video file. Whilst that's doing that, let's just open up our YouTube. If you don't have a YouTube account, sign up, get one, it's free, it's pretty useful. I'm sure most of you already have one. And then it's up here, the create or post video, go upload video. And then, is this done? No, not quite. Yes, it's done, completed. Download your converted video. So I'm just going to download it to the desktop again. Now we're going to go upload video, and we're just going to drag and drop. And once again, you can give a bit of a description. You can make it public or private, or unlisted as well. Unlisted means that you can send the URL to someone and they can listen to it or see the video, but no one's going to find it if they type in the video title in the search bar. It won't come up, which is, I guess, useful for sharing music that you don't want to quite publish just yet. So that's essentially it. Then you just go publish, and your music will be up there on YouTube, ready for anyone to have a listen to. Okay, well, hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, keep at it with producing. I mean, it certainly doesn't happen overnight that you're really happy with your sounds, but every single song you write, you'll get a little more happy with your end result. Practicing all this stuff, finding kicks that you love that's in your genre, getting some VSTs that you really like, and then getting used to changing and altering the sounds, getting some nice bass that isn't fighting with your kick, side chaining appropriately, not too much but not too little, getting some really nice lead sounds that you like, EQing so that you're sculpting the individual sounds so that they're not getting in the way of each other, but the more important parts of the particular sounds are coming out, and the less important parts are being cut away so that other instruments can then fill that spot, so you have a really full mix. Using reverb appropriately, not too much, but if you don't use enough, you're going to get like a really dry, kind of boring sound. Using percussion appropriately, using compression so that you're making those little sounds come out, but you're not over compressing so it's sounding really dull. Having good stereo width so that you've got a nice wide sound spectrum, with the lower sounds coming through evenly on the left and the right side, and then the upper sounds being panned progressively more to the left and the right. FX, making sure that your listeners know what's happening next in your song, so that you can build anticipation. And then mixing well so that all the important parts are coming out, all the less important parts are still heard but just only ever so slightly. And then mastering well, just to make sure that the that little sub boost is coming out. You're not wasting headroom by having sounds lower than 30 Hertz or sounds higher than 18,000 Hertz and things like that. And then you're uploading your music so you can keep a nice good record of your progress. And if you go through this process enough times, then I'm sure you'll be eventually you'll be a really successful music producer. So best of luck to you, and yeah, happy producing.